Good evening. We start the action and the excitement at Goodison Park for Everton against Southampton, and the fortunes seem to be swinging Everton's way, judging by the news concerning the Southampton team revealed by your commentator, Barry Davis.
17-year-old Keith Granger had no expectations of a role in the Championship stakes, but a hamstring injury sustained by Peter Shilton and the absence of Shilton's regular deputy means that the Southampton youth team goalkeeper now faces an Everton team praying to stay alive. And it's a team which, with the return from injury of Peter Reid, includes the midfield quartet on which their two-year reign at the top has been based. In all, Southampton have 6 regular first-team players missing. They dropped Steve Moran this morning. Their left-back, Alan Tankard, is a year younger than Granger. He's playing his 4th first-team appearance. And the centre-half, John Gittins, is playing his 5th. He came in for the unlucky Mark Wright. And the other absentees are Kevin Bond, Nick Holmes and Mark Dennis. Peter Willis of County Durham, all ready for his last match in charge. And Everton kick off, attacking the goal to our right. And their manager, Howard Kendall, has told the team in the dressing room that they've got to put all reactions from the crowd out of their minds, just concentrate on winning and worry about what's happened at Stamford Bridge after the match here at Goodison Park has been completed. First priority is to win that. And the first test for Bobby Mims, which he's equal to. Danny Wallace, who suddenly found himself in a great deal of space. Bracewell, not a good ball. Put out by Forrest. Corner. And Bracewell clearly in need of attention from John Clinkard. And the full house concerned about the fitness of Bracewell. It is so designed. Kevin Sheedy. Here's Wallace again. He meant to play that straight onto Lawrence. It was as well for Everton, and he didn't do so. Reid. There's nobody wide for him. Lineker behind Tankard. Cover by Armstrong. Kendall sitting in the stand, his face telling you absolutely nothing. Reid. Free kick given for the use of the elbow. Bracewell seems to have fully recovered now. He's moving quite comfortably. Just on the right of the area there, now moving back. Sharp! And off the line, and then finally in. And the man who scored it was Derek Mountfield. It was Armstrong who got it off the line. But really, I think when young Granger looks at that again, he will realise that it was a cross he should have come for, because from that moment on, when he didn't, he was a shot stopper. He got to one, Armstrong got to the second, but Mountfield following up, put it away. Here's Lawrence. Stevens. Everton really have got what they needed. An early goal to settle the nerves. Stephen rather. Bracewell. The free kick has been given and the book is coming out in the name of a 16-year-old who's still in his first year of apprenticeship. Is the name that goes in. Alan Tankard. Quintet in place. Sharp. We've got the first header last time. Great clearance off the line by Mark Whitlock, which denies Vanden Hauwe. 2 on the near post for Trevor Stephen. One of them is Vanden Hauwe. Sharp has now come away a bit. Whitlock's header. Stephen. Reed way over this side, but not quite there. Well, Vanden Hauwe certainly got hold of the shot, and the clearance by Mark Whitlock was both acrobatic and dramatic. Free kick against Ratcliffe, and we've had a quarter of an hour, and the champions are a goal to the good. Cockerell, Armstrong, Lawrence, Cockerell, they're appealing for offside. Lawrence, oh, what a good strike, and a fine save. And it came all, really, the opportunity at least, as a result of Wallace's slip. But it was a lovely strike by George Lawrence, and well turned over by Bobby Mims. Cockerell coming across the 6-yard area, come to be taken by Mims, who's done so well in the Everton goal since taking over from the injured Neville Southall. Sheedy. Lineker. Whitlock was surprised to find him there. 2 waiting in the middle. Stephen! Oh, classic! And if you were watching on Match of the Day, the last time we came to Goodison Park, Stephen had a flying header like that, which came back off the foot of the post. But on this occasion, from Lineker's cross, it went cleanly in. Everton 2, Southampton 0. And 29 minutes gone. And now surely this is a comfortable afternoon for the champions, at least until they hear what has happened at Stamford Bridge. The atmosphere has completely changed, as you can now hear. Bracewell. Stephen. Lineker. Goal number 35 of the season. And 2 in a matter of seconds past young Granger. Oh, the roar from the crowd being queried by Colin Harvey. Suffice it to say, it has nothing to do with the match here. Good kick against Townsend. And I think he will now be booked. Gittins was nowhere near the ball. Stephen. Bracewell. And still... Lineker, well, he didn't hit it quite truly, but he doesn't care, and neither do the crowd. His second, Everton's 4th. Good battling initially by Paul Bracewell. There was a moment when it seemed that Lineker got in the way, but in the finish, he had done nothing of the sort. Just a brush of the ball and number 4. Reed and Townsend, and Reed ends in possession, and never mind about what's happening elsewhere. It's comfortable for Everton here. Mountfield having given the champions the lead in the 9th minute, and then 3 goals in the space of 6 minutes. Trevor Stephen, Everton's second, and then 2 for Gary Lineker, who one is very happy to say looks in his sharpest England form. So Everton can go away to see what news awaits in the dressing room, fitting that this match is comfortably theirs. Adrian Heath on at the start of the second half in place of the injured Paul Bracewell. And Peter Willis, the referee, Signals the start of a half for the last time in his career. Feels that he's had a good innings, will always be remembered as the first referee to send a player off in a cup final. Notoriety perhaps partly gained by the inability of one or two who refereed before him to act in the same way. Sheedy's to take. Sharp in the middle, Mountfield up. Lineker the first to see where it was and gets the corner. Lineker, who scored 2 and had a hand in the other 2 in the first half. Stephen. Sheedy. Lineker. Campbell now down on the bench, as you see. Heath stole it. Lineker in the inside right position. This is Sheedy. Oh, that's a great turn. Sharp! Lovely goal! But what a marvellous piece of play by Kevin Sheedy. He had the whole of the Southampton defence, and David Armstrong in particular, looking for the pass wide, and he turned, sweet as you like, and floated the ball in the air to be met by the head of Graham Sharp, who made it 5. It's a sort of skill by Kevin Sheedy which Everton have not had enough use of this season because of injuries to the player. And John Gittins is departing. And David Puckett down with the manager, Chris Nicholl. Puckett to come on. Well up by Whitlock. Heath asked a bit too much of Stephen. Wallace. Puckett wanted it. Wallace didn't want to give it to him. Does in the end. And Puckett scores. Wallace made the right decision. Ball was bouncing a little bit around the insteps of Danny Wallace, but he played the right ball in the end, and Puckett made very good use of it to break Bobby Mims' shutout. On by Sharp. Variation of chant you only sing when you're 5 up. In fact, the only singing was coming from the supporters of the team, which is 5-1 down. Here's Sharp. Sheedy. Vanden Hauwe. Heath. Well played by Vanden Hauwe. And by Heath. Yes, that's 6. And that's Lineker's hat-trick. Good skill. Vanden Hauwe initially, then Heath getting away from Puckett. And Lineker in the middle, with one of many headed goals this season, completes his hat-trick. Free kick given. Mountfield face down, Lawrence face up. It's the face-up who's won it. Oh, we're going to see an old-fashioned case blockbuster. I think we might. Oh dear, that was an awful challenge. Terrible challenge by Jimmy Case. So now there's a fight going on between Reid and Danny Wallace. And first of all, I think Mr. Willis is going to take the name of Wallace and also the name of Peter Reid, who were involved in the sideshow of fisticuffs. But what about Jimmy Case? Just a booking. Offside against Sharp. Case. Heath. Lineker waits to go, but he has no need to do more running. Howard Kendall goes to the dressing room to learn of the other scores that count, knowing that his side have done what he asked of them. They won by 6-1, 3 of them scored by Gary Lineker, the others by Mountfield, Trevor Stephen and Sharp. The most spectacular by Stephen, the most beautifully passed, the one by Sharp, thanks to Kevin Sheedy.
A feast of goals from Goodison, and in fairness, I should point out that to all appearances, Mountfield's goal was handled, not headed, which you'll see as Armstrong's timely clearance off the line floats invitingly across the target. Well, it was the goal that got Everton off the mark, which was bad luck really for depleted Southampton. But that apart, no team could have done more than Everton there to clinch the title in front of their jubilant fans. And whichever way the season ends, they've done wonderfully well, as have West Ham, who feature in our next action away at West Bromwich Albion. Albion are already relegated, but have been playing much better in recent weeks, while West Ham, faced with the backlog of fixtures, have kept the pressure on Liverpool and Everton by continuing to win. And it seems as if at last stylish West Ham have found the secret of collecting points as well as demonstrating the arts and crafts of the game. Tony Gubber reports.
What a difference a year makes. When West Ham came to the Hawthorns at the end of last season, they needed to win 2 of the last 4 matches to stay in Division 1. Today, with Albion playing their final match before relegation, West Ham are greeted by supporters who clearly still believe that the Hammers can climax their best ever season by becoming First Division champions. West Ham's team has remained unchanged for the 5 consecutive victories that have kept them on the heels of Liverpool, and it's the same team again for today's match, their 4th in 8 days. Carlton Palmer penalised and quickly taken. McAvenny. Away by Dyson to Orr. That was blocked by Statham. So 8 minutes gone. And Neil Orr with West Ham's first strike at goal, blocked by Statham. McAvenny! Yes! What a start for West Ham. McAvenny's 28th goal of the season. And looped it high and out of the reach of Stuart Naylor in the West Brom net as the Albion defenders stood and watched. Now McAvenny, just faced by Cowdrell. Only support is from Cotty, his little partner. He's put it into his path. Oh, what a good shot by Cotty. And again, a brilliant interchange between McAvenny and Cotty. Oh, West Brom are certainly busy. That's a West Ham free kick. By Devonshire to Dickens. Finds McAvenny, who finds Cotty. Surely this is number 2. It is. Another perfect bit of football by West Ham, and that really was the result of the free kick in their own half, which they took very quickly, while 1 or 2 of the Albion players were looking in puzzlement at the referee to try to find out why he'd penalised them. West Ham took the free kick, they got the ball forward to Dickens. He found McAvenny. McAvenny turned inside and found Cotty, and that was number 2. As simple as you please. Martin penalised. The referee wants the ball brought back. Whitehead knocks it forward, looking for Dyson, and Madden, yes! Craig Madden's 2nd goal for West Bromwich Albion. Whitehead took the free kick, It was knocked on by Paul Dyson, and that's in the back of West Ham's net. So 33 minutes gone, and it's 2-1. Riley. And again, Riley. Oh, was that a penalty? Yes, it was. A rather clumsy challenge on Riley by George Paris has given Albion the opportunity to level the score from the penalty spot, and it will be taken by Riley. It's 2-2. Albion celebrate, but what a real disappointment that is for West Ham. Dickens and Devonshire. Devonshire running from the halfway line. Still on his feet. Oh, and gets it out to Ward. Now, what can you do from this position? Handball, claim the crowd, and it's given. Stay them in the way, and that was handball. So now it's Stuart Naylor's turn in the Albion goal to face a penalty, to be taken by Ray Stewart, who's scored with a penalty in West Ham's last 2 matches, penalties which have given them victory on each occasion. That's 3 out of 3 for Stewart. It's 3-2 to West Ham, and incredibly, are we going to see another Stewart penalty win a 3rd consecutive match for his team? Well, the referee has had the signal from both his linesmen. The 90 minutes concluded as he looks at his watch. West Ham holding on in these last few moments, and hold on they do, to take the 3 points. Beating West Brom by 3-2, and West Ham must wait for that scoreline from Stamford Bridge.
So West Ham follow Everton's example by going flat out for the winning post. And if Liverpool fail to beat Chelsea, either of those clubs could take the championship by winning that final match at Goodison on Monday. That their fate is in their own hands at Stamford Bridge. They replace one international with another, while Chelsea are forced to bring in 3 youngsters. That precise news now from commentator John Watson.
What a climax to the league season. Liverpool looking for their 8th championship in the last 11 years and needing just 1 goal to take their league total to 89, which would be the highest First Division aggregate for 18 years. But they're without Jan Molby, who has a stomach bug, so Mark Lawrenson is back in the number 10 shirt, and Steve McMahon also returns to the first-team picture as substitute. Lots of competition with the cup final just a week away. And a huge turnout of Liverpool supporters at Stamford Bridge. And a fantastic welcome too for Chelsea, who themselves were in the championship picture until just very recently, and who today are short of 3 players, Pates, Bumstead and Murphy all injured. But into the side come John Miller at left back, Keith Jones in midfield, and Paul Cannaville starting a game for the first time for 7 months. Referee is Lester Shapter from Torquay. His 2 linesmen, Roger Smith and Mike Topping, are officiating at their last Football League match. They've reached the compulsory age of 44 for linesmen to retire. Chelsea in blue have only won 1 of their last 9 matches here at Stamford Bridge. A poor sequence which started when Liverpool won here in the FA Cup. That's Lawrenson with the header. Lawrenson has started in a defensive position. And it'll be Jones with the throw for Chelsea. This is Darren Wood. Now it's Jones, and off Beglin for the corner. And was that an arm round the neck of Doug Ruby? Nothing given. Cannaville. This is Speedy, and now Miller. Alan Hansen with Kerry Dixon. Nicol.
Looks to me as though Liverpool are going to operate with three centre-backs. Lawrenson, Gillespie and Hansen are all back in their own penalty area. Liverpool knowing that a draw might be enough in terms of their championship ambition, but a win would definitely see them home. Here's Rush. Nicol. Oh, and a slip there. McDonald is in with a chance. Fine save by Tony Godden. Nigel Spackman slipped and let in McDonald, and Tony Godden, on loan still from West Bromwich, made the save. Gillespie coming towards this, and he's penalised. Every seat sold for this vital match. Offside, David Speedy. That was McDonald. McLaughlin being hustled here. It was Miller's initial error. He held his hand up, the number 3. Just hesitated slightly, and McLaughlin had to hurry. It's a corner. Halfway through the first half, Gary Gillespie and Jim Beglin have come forward here. That was Gillespie. Dalglish is hovering. Beglin! Off the line. Was it in? No. Keith Jones. Play on, said Leicester Shakhtar. Jim Beglin's shot with the left foot beat the keeper, but Jones was standing on the post and got it off the line. Gillespie. Beglin again. Whelan. And Dalglish is in here. Yes! The player-manager scores the goal that may edge Liverpool nearer to their 16th championship. The fans celebrate, 24 minutes gone, and Jim Beglin's presence in the Liverpool attack was so important. He had the earlier shot, he stayed forward, and when Dalglish got free, that was an unerring finish by the man who has taken over as player manager this season and now sees the championship within touching distance. Beautifully taken by Dalglish, only his 7th of the season, but he hasn't quite anything like all the games. Here's Dixon for Chelsea. Chelsea capable here of silencing those Liverpool fans with an early reply. And Ruby flicked it on, away by Beglin. Spackman back in. Dixon's in there. It's loose. Jones. Well, Jones must have thought he'd saved Chelsea when he kicked that shot off the line. But Liverpool's killer thrust was just around the corner. Half-time arrives with Liverpool in a position to clinch the championship. Thanks to the goal in the 24th minute by their player-manager. It was Liverpool's 89th league goal of the season, and that's the best total in the First Division since Manchester United scored 89 in 1967-68. So the half-time score, Chelsea 0, Liverpool 1. Since the 22nd of February, Liverpool have won 10 and drawn 1 of their 11 league matches before today, says Dalglish. And his team have shown again this capacity that Liverpool have for staying the course in Championship football. It was Jones to Cannaville. Wood. Jones again. And Cannaville again. Dixon waiting for the cross, policed by Lawrenson. Wood. Lawrenson again. Nevin. Now then, Lawrenson's tackle. Referee was very close. It was on Speedy, and he has not given a penalty. The referee, Leicester Shakhtar, decided that Mark Lawrenson made a legitimate attempt to play the ball, even though Speedy went down. Chelsea, though, still have the possession. Speedy. Crossed in for Dixon, and this time it's Gillespie and Nicol. Chelsea fans are unhappy, although I have to say, as a neutral, I thought the referee was probably right. Ten minutes to go then, and a substitution about to be made by Chelsea. They're taking off John Miller, the left back, and they're bringing on a forward in Kevin McAllister. And he takes up a position on the right wing for the time being. Sign that John Hollins still wants to save the game. Might just change the emphasis of the Chelsea attack this. Here's Wood, and that is McAllister. And Speedy, and away by Gillespie. McLaughlin. Dixon is up with Gillespie again. Jones, Speedy, a chance, and wide. Arguably Chelsea's best effort, that much, Speedy says, away from the post. And I must say, Grobbelaar looked relieved to see it go wide. Russian Rugby. Dalglish to knock it on. Ronnie Whelan. And that hit Jones. Beglin. The Liverpool supporters preparing to celebrate. Quite happy at this stage of the proceedings to boot the ball out of the ground. Well, certainly into the back row of the stand anyway. There's a real party starting on the far terrace, but here comes Jones for Chelsea, and he may spoil it. Forward by McLaughlin. Alan Hansen with the clearance. We're in the last minute. Dalglish held by Wood, and that will relieve Liverpool. Great excitement among the Liverpool supporters. Rush. Got the throw. We're moving into time that the referee may add on for stoppages. The 90 minutes is up. Johnston's in there. So is Nicol. McLaughlin's header. McDonald wondering about a pass back. Cannaville lost out to Steve Nicol, but he lost it too. Here's Rush. Johnston. Well, They gave that away, Liverpool. This is Spackman. Is there time for one last Chelsea rally? Jones forward for Dixon. And he's got Speedy in here, but he overran it. And that came after 91 minutes. He's just seconds away now. Liverpool Football Club have won the First Division title for the 16th time in Kenny Dalglish's first season as player-manager. What an achievement. The fans celebrate the 8th championship in 11 seasons, and the Liverpool players every right to congratulate each other.
And they do too, not only for that splendid finish to this season's championship, but for a quite magnificent 14 seasons. Starting in season 72-73, they won the championship 9 times. They've been runners-up 4 times, with quite a miserable and uncharacteristic 5th in 1980-81. And what a record that is. And one more for the statisticians. It's the first time a player-manager has led a team to the First Division Championship. That man, Kenny Dalglish, with the winning goal to boot.
And Dalglish is in here. Yes!
You're not making a comeback, are you, just to counter Kenny? Not quite quick enough?
I wish I could, actually. I think that it has been a turning point for them, him playing, because I think he's one of the best players of all time. And I think his return to the Liverpool side has certainly sparked him off again.
Yeah, few would argue with that.
I phoned him up the other morning, actually, and got him out of bed early. I thought, well, we'll unsettle him, you know. But it hasn't done, has it?
You've checked where he is on cup final day.
It was about 8:30 in the morning as well. I thought, well, we'll waken him up.
Yeah. Try 6 o'clock come Saturday.
It'll be an early one next time, I tell you.
So Liverpool champions yet again, and with a double within reach, standing in their way at Wembley next Saturday of all sides' neighbours Everton. Their remaining league game at home to West Ham on Monday will decide who gets the runners-up prize money. A draw would be good enough for West Ham, and Everton have 2 injury doubts, Peter Reid and Paul Bracewell. At the bottom, 2 clubs, Leicester and Coventry, pulled themselves clear today with wins and left 2 others fighting the drop. It'll all be decided on Monday when Milk Cup winners Oxford United must beat Arsenal at the Manor Ground to send Ipswich down after 18 years, along with Birmingham and West Bromwich Albion. Nigel Clough's 2 goals for Nottingham Forest beat Oxford, and Brian Marwood's 82nd minute goal for Sheffield Wednesday was too much for Ipswich, whose captain Terry Butcher was in tears at the end of the match. Problems for Oxford in Monday's crucial game. Gary Briggs has a depressed fracture of the cheekbone, and 5 other players are doubtful through injury. Promotion is all settled in the 2nd Division. Both Charlton and Wimbledon won away to go up with Norwich and give London a record 7 First Division clubs next season. For the 2nd year running, Portsmouth miss out by 1 place. They beat Bradford City 4-0 today. Charlton were 2 down at Carlisle. Wes Saunders scored both, but an own goal by Jim Tolmie began their recovery. Mark Stewart then equalised, and Mark Hazelwood scored Charlton's winner 10 minutes from the end. Manager Lenny Lawrence said, "We'll celebrate on the long ride home with fish and chips and champagne." Laurie Sanchez scored the goal Wimbledon needed to clinch promotion. That after Huddersfield had 2 players sent off, Terry Curran and Paul Rayner. Wimbledon's rise from non-league football to First Division in 9 years is the fastest in history. Manager Dave Bassett said tonight, "We have achieved mission impossible. It shows all the small clubs what can be done with enterprise and hard work. But right now, we're going to enjoy our success." At the bottom, Laurie McMenemy's Sunderland are safe after a 2-0 win against Stoke, but their north-east neighbours Middlesbrough are down. They lost 2-1 at Shrewsbury, who breathe again. The 3rd relegation place is between Blackburn and Carlisle, who both have 1 match left. Still 1 promotion place at stake in the 3rd Division. Derby will claim it from Wigan if they win 2 of their last 3 games. Wigan finished with a flourish, 5-3 winners against Wolves, and Warren Aspinall scored a hat-trick in what was his last 3rd Division game before he officially joins Everton. Derby's 1-1 draw against Doncaster couldn't have been more dramatic. Skipper Rob Hindmarch scored their equaliser in the 90th minute, and in injury time, Jeff Chandler missed a penalty that would have eased Derby's promotion jitters. At the bottom of Division 3, Cardiff go down with Wolves and Swansea despite winning 2-1 today, and the team they beat, Lincoln, looks certain to join them in the 4th Division. They would need to win their final match by 17 goals to send Bury down. All that remains at the top of Division 4 is to see whether Swindon can set a new league points record of 102 points. It's a case of broken hearts in Edinburgh tonight and celebration in Glasgow. After leading the Premier Division since September, Heart of Midlothian were within 7 minutes of the draw they needed at Dundee to land the title for the first time since 1960. And then this happened.
Swinging in and swinging in very dangerously. There's a goal! Kit has scored! The substitute has put Dundee in the lead quite astonishingly. And there is but 7 minutes remaining. Will this championship disappear from the very eyes? Kit, what a marvellous substitution this has been for Dundee and Hearts. Looking slightly ragged, it's a great chance. They've done it! 2-0. A brilliant goal by Kit, his second. And Hearts look in abject misery.
So Hearts beaten at last after 32 games, and amazingly Celtic snatched the title after a 5-0 win at St Mirren. It's the first time the Premier Division has been decided on goal difference.
Well, time for a reminder of our Goal of the Season competition, in which we're asking you to select the 3 top goals from 8 of the best seen on BBC television this season. The selection must match that of our BBC World Cup team, and the prize is £250 worth of premium bonds. Coming up now, goal A, scored by Ian Rush for Liverpool at Watford.
And we're into the last quarter of an hour. Nicol, Walsh, always looks capable of setting something up for Liverpool. Craig Johnston's cross. Rush! Yes!
Goal B, scored by Jesper Olsen, his second for Manchester United against Nottingham Forest.
Goodman to Whiteside. Stapleton. Strachan. Good cross and a chance for Olsen.
Goal C, scored by Gordon Davis for Manchester City against Watford.
Well, it's certainly a crisp, competitive cup tie. It needs a goal, actually, as far as the neutral is concerned, but Phillips is trying to release Lillis, and City have a chance. And Davis! The goal it needed has arrived, and Gordon Davis scores.
Goal D, Brian Robson's first for England in Israel.
Robson, yes! Totally unmarked for a crucial goal for his country to celebrate his 50th cap.
Goal E, scored by Frank Stapleton for Manchester United at West Ham.
Hughes. Strachan. Oh, a lovely ball. Oh, what a great goal by Frank Stapleton.
Goal F, scored by Glenn Cockerill for Southampton at Brighton.
Oh, now, can Southampton break here? This is Townsend. Well, he could have gone right or left. He's picked out Cockerill. Oh, and he's danced all the way through and planted it into Brighton's net.
Goal G, scored by Steve McMahon for Liverpool against Manchester City.
And Liverpool are living a little dangerously, perhaps. Having said that, they're perfectly capable of going down to the Kop end and making it 2-0. Hansen, Dalglish, here's Mulvey, and now Johnston, and he fires it across. McMahon! He's got his second.
Goal H, scored by Johnny Method for Nottingham Forest against West Ham.
The big Dutch international gives himself a long run. Oh, and didn't he drive it well? What an amazing free kick by the Dutchman.
Here's a check on those goals. Goal A, Ian Rush. B, Jesper Olsen. C, Gordon Davis. D, Brian Robson. E, Frank Stapleton. F, Glenn Cockerill. G, Steve McMahon. H, Johnny Method. I'm off to bed now, quite exhausted after today's excitement, but not before I've congratulated Liverpool, particularly, and all the other clubs who, win or lose, have featured in some of the most exciting end of the season, promotion and relegation tussles for some years. That's just what the game needed.